Welcome, people, to another episode of Bolha Bilha. We are so happy to show you what we have been doing the last few months. Mrs. Sue, what are you doing? Where are you?
I have a new app from the paying agency where I have to take photographs of the land and submit them so they've got a record of what the land looks like right now. So when I last went in there, they drew the outline of the parts of the field that we're going to cultivate, and they put little points on there, and I've got to get in the position where these points are and submit them a photograph so they have an up-to-date record of exactly what's what. Look what we found! We found frog spawn. In English we call it frog spawn. Tony just said what you call it in Croatian, and it's already gone completely out of my head. Žabe. That really is a sign of spring. That's so exciting. We used to collect frog spawn when I was a kid, and we'd put it in a goldfish bowl and bring it back to the house so we could watch the tadpoles develop and turn into little frogs, and then we'd take them back to the stream of the pond and let them go. But this is a bit of a precarious position if we get really dry weather and this dries out quickly. There's a risk that it'll dry out quicker than this will develop into frogs, so we'll keep an eye on it, and if necessary we'll have to pick it up and move it into the main pond. But that's really exciting because that wasn't here the last time I came down here, so that's lovely.
We are very, very lucky to have many animals around. Small ones and big ones. We have some snails, some little spiders, some little frogs, and of course, in our forest, we have some bigger animals, and we were so lucky to catch them on the camera because they're visiting us during the day, and of course, they are passing by also during the night. And we love to film them because they're so sweet.
Well, we got Tom because she's just starting the Angelica seeds. They're a completely different style of seed to the Scutularia, so they have to be sort of put in by hand rather than sprinkled from the shakers. Angelica is mostly used in herbal medicine for its ability to soothe the stomach and increase blood flow somewhat. It contains a lot of essential oils which are fantastic. The big use of Angelica, though, is in the gin industry. It's one of the key components of gin, along, of course, with juniper. These will tend to be planted by the edge of the field, near the hedges, where it's slightly more moist and just a little bit cooler. And we're hoping it'll work really well in Croatia. It's used to slightly more temperate climes, so it's great in Belgium, the UK, northern France, places like that. I think it has been grown here. But we'll be interested to see how it works for us, and hopefully we'll get some nice gin company that wants organic Angelica for some of the new organic gins that are coming out. So we'll see how that goes. These seeds apparently are a little bit more difficult to germinate. They can be a little bit slow, sporadic. So we've got to make sure we don't throw away the trays too early. We reckon 4 to 6 weeks we should see a reasonable amount of plants going, and should just generally flower fairly early, sort of like May or June, and then we'll see whether we're going to get first year roots or let it go into the second year when we can take the seed, start again with fresh. We can do a little bit of each. We'll see how it goes. It'll depend a lot on how well it germinates. If we get the sort of 5,000 or so plants for this year that we want, then that'll give us a nice little crop and prove that we could do large quantities if we speak to the gin distilling people maybe later this year, which would be kind of cool. In the meantime, she has to do everything by hand, so it's going to be really expensive Angelica, and
Coming from us.
yeah, from us everything's going to be expensive. We shall see how it goes. It's going to be good. It's a nice one on top of all the
blended with
beautiful
love.
Scutellariae that we've got, and the Lycopus that we've now seeded over there, which is going to go outside now that the sun's come out and the storm's passed through. Interesting anecdote, my first ever patient in one of the clinics I worked at was actually a patient with severe hypothyroid.
Okay.
And I used fucus obviously for its iodine content, but also angelica root. And it turned out that after 1 month of treatment with the fucus and angelica, a few other things on the side, her thyroid function changed dramatically, and she stayed with the clinic all the time I was there, which was about 3 years, and didn't need to take any more thyroid medication. No, not recommending anybody goes off their thyroid medication, just saying that it is possible with fucus and angelica and some other herbs as well to help thyroid. Lycopus over here is actually used for hyperthyroidism, and it's one of the most popular thyroid medications used by herbalists. And it's not used really in the trade, so you won't find it in the stores very often. But if you go to a herbalist, they will almost certainly have it. There you go.
Drop by drop, it's falling down. We love the rain. But Mr. Tony, where are you?
I'm pretending to be a monkey with a rock and some coconuts. But I don't see how you can actually do it, because that and that are attached.
And our little blue tractor is still in full power. At least trying to, because it's a little bit too small for this big field. But James, what are you trying to do?
I'm a stuntman.
Ah, okay.
Stuntman, really?
I'm a tractor stuntman.
Yeah, well, let's be honest. Stuff like this can happen, and as they say, only the man who is working is making mistakes. So, learning by doing. Luckily, we have the red tractor who came to save the little blue one. And our little blue tractor, it's back on its own feet. But we are having some minor leakings, but thanks God it's just minor. You probably wonder again, what is happening in here? Some really big pieces coming out. Yeah, well, this is the necessary dryer for Polya Billa. You know, we planted few hundred thousands of plants, and when they're gonna be ready to harvest, then they have to be dried. So this is our new super duper dryer, which will prepare the plants for all the customers around the world. We really have to thank Verbovchanka because they are helping us as crazy. Without them, logistically, we wouldn't be able to do all of this. Verbovchanka is doing really an amazing job. Taking it out, taking it up, taking it down, taking it up, and taking it in, and taking it out, and taking it up, and taking it down. Taking it up, taking it down, taking it in, and taking it out. Verbovchanka, thank you one more time for your help. But, Mrs. Sue, where are you?
I've just discovered
Getting horny because
we've got a radish. Look at that. Honestly, I checked these a couple of days ago and there was nothing there, and that is going to come out of the ground and go in the salad for dinner. So I'm very chuffed. We've been eating the lettuces and the rocket over there we've been having for salads.
Isn't that amazing? While Mrs. Sue is collecting fresh veggies from the garden, Marin is being diligent by watering the new little plants, which are prepared to go into the big field of Polla Billa. As I said before, we planted few hundred thousands of plants. But to be able to do that, we have to prepare everything. As you can see, each and every plant is placed one by hand from our amazing girls from Sue and Deb. Mrs. Sue, what do you say now on everything? Will you share your comments with us?
Lots has been happening here since our last episode. The most exciting thing for me has been the fact that the organic certification body, which is Bio Guarantee here, have agreed that we can have a shortened conversion period, which means the crops that we're putting in the ground right now are or will be certified organic, so that's massively exciting. They came and did some testing of the soil, which we thought would probably be okay because we knew the land here hadn't been used for conventional farming for a long time. So we knew nothing that's prohibited is going to have been used on the land. And the test results came back all clear, so they have agreed we can be certified organic right from the beginning. So we've been really busy planting. We've got lots of scutellaria going down towards the pond. That will be certified organic. In the last couple of days, we started on the top field, the other side of the road, with planting withania, which will also be certified organic. And then we are planning to put maybe Hypericum and Melissa in the top part of this field because it's kind of a southwest facing slope, so it's going to be really dry, really sunny. Hypericum in particular I think is really going to love it. So that will mean we'll be able to get organically certified Hypericum oil infusing the flowers, so that will be amazing. So yeah, we're really happy that has been able to happen quickly, and for something to happen quickly in this country is nothing short of a miracle, as I think people will know already. So yeah, we're really pleased on that. And also we fast realised that we're running out of space for all the things that we want to do, but we're going to talk a bit more about how we've solved that in the next episode, so I'm not going to talk about that right now. Tony was going to come and talk about the machines, but he's actually very busy still moving them and putting them together. So you'll have seen earlier in the episode, we've had quite a lot of quite big herb processing machinery arrive, and that's all on site now, but of course it needs to be put together and commissioned. So there's a lot of work to do with that, but he will probably talk more about those the next time.
So, our beautiful people, that was all for this episode. Now we have to film new things, we have to check more plans, and we have a lot of things to do, which we're gonna share with you in a new episode. So stay tuned with us and see you soon!